And now it's time for Brad versus TikTok, my daily segment where I take on the craziest ideas from the Clock app.
Pronoun of the day is slugs.
Today, this woke white woman has an incredibly obnoxious message about what it would take to get her to change her mind politically. Let's take a listen.
My husband last night was like, what would someone have to say to you to get your political views to change, right? Because I had just gotten off another Facebook fight yelling at some Trumper about something.
Oh, that's good. That seems normal and stable and healthy. That's what people should spend their time doing, yelling at people on Facebook over politics. That's red flag number one. But let's continue.
And I was like, well, but like you're telling me that I would have to switch to like the racist side. I don't think that's possible for me because I like value any human life regardless of who they are, right?
Oh my gosh, guys, watching these videos, as Trump famously said, is my own personal Vietnam. She really just suggested that everyone who disagrees with her politically is just racist and doesn't value human life. Seriously, babe, does that include all the minorities and people of color and different backgrounds who are leaning Republican these days? Like, the world is clearly not that simple, that all these issues are really just the good people who like all people and the bad people who hate everyone who's different from them. The real world is not that simple, babe. It's a lot more complicated and nuanced than that. And if you can't see that still as a grown-ass adult, you need to be put into remedial kindergarten because you are just lacking the depth and nuance and complexity that any fully functioning intellectual adult should have. But somehow, guys, this video actually gets more condescending.
And to me, like, I feel like that's like, I don't know how, like, I could not think of a single thing where I was like, I don't think anything could change my mind to make me be very Republican, far right, nothing like that. Like, I'm so liberal, right? But I finally figured it out. I figured out what would make me be Republican. And it was so obvious. A traumatic brain injury.
Bro. She is so condescending. I would literally want to pull my hair out right now just from listening to that. Wow, babe, you must be a genius and just have the whole world figured out that everybody, the only way you could possibly think differently than you do is you've had a traumatic brain injury. Give me a break. Somehow, though, some people in the comments section ate this take up. One person wrote, "To be a conservative, you have to ignore all facts and statistics, have no critical thoughts, and harbor hatred for all change and people who are different to you. So yeah, brain injury." Well, when you say it like that, another person says, "Yeah, most Trump supporters I know have some form of TBI and or dementia, and I don't think that's a coincidence." Oh? I mean, these people actually think they have the whole world figured out. They have all the correct answers to all the complicated questions that divide us, from foreign policy to historical conflicts with centuries of history to moral, religious, and philosophical issues like abortion, complicated issues like immigration and our broken system. All of this stuff is actually just totally simple black and white. And anyone who has a different opinion from them must just hate everyone and not believe in any facts or reality. How close-minded, how intellectually arrogant can you possibly be? Now, what I was waiting for when I was watching this video, and then I sprinted to that comment section, is for the woke people to turn on her over this joke because it was somehow problematic. And guys, I was not disappointed. One person wrote, "What a disgusting, ableist thing to say. I have a traumatic brain injury and I'm not a C word. What's your excuse?" Oh, that escalated quickly. Another person wrote, "So you equate disability with being Republican? Sounds about white. You didn't think through this at all." So I love this. Because the butt of her joke was a traumatic brain injury, they're now canceling her and saying she's ableist, like bigoted against disabled people. Y'all, they can't even take a joke from their own side. I thought this original joke was lame, but now I feel the impulse to defend this woman because they're so absurd and ridiculous. I do want to be clear that sometimes you'll hear a sentiment that's not dissimilar to this from Republicans and conservatives about liberals, where they suggest that all liberals must just be brainwashed or they must all just be insane communists or whatever. And to you as well, I would say that the world's actually a pretty complicated place. And while TikTok is incredibly devoid of nuance, everyday people, we should leave space for each other, that the issues that divide us are actually kind of complicated, and that people of good faith can, in fact, come out on opposite sides of them. But that's just my take. What do you guys think of this wild video? Did you find it as condescending and maddening as I did? And did you anticipate the woke twist in the comments section? Do let me know in the comments below, and do hit that like button to reward my suffering.